Welcome to the Recap Roman channel, and today I'm going to tell you the story of Deepwater 2022. Before you start, please subscribe and give me a like, it will help promote the channel. At the beginning of the story we are shown a man riding his bike home. He undresses after a workout and sees his wife sitting on the steps. She looks at him, climbs up and closes the door. Their daughter keeps listening to a children's song and the mother brings it out. Melinda calls her husband to her room and he comes up to her. She asks him to help her pick out an outfit for the party. Vic is enchanted by the sight of his wife. He says she is beautiful and helps her put on her shoes. They go to the party. There Melinda meets her friend Joel and completely turns her attention to him. He sees his wife kissing a guy. She notices it and is embarrassed. Vic is approached by his wife's friend and tells him that she is worried about Melinda and Joel's intimacy. He says he's not worried about it. The celebrant comes over and tells him that his drunken wife has climbed up on the piano. She gets off it and decides to play a song. Her playing amuses the guests. Joel talks to Vic and thanks him for his hospitality and calm attitude towards their encounters with his wife. Vic reminds him of his wife's past friend Martin, who suddenly disappeared, and says he killed him. Joel feels threatened and doesn't believe him, thinking he's joking. Eventually, he leaves the party out of fear. Next, we are shown them coming home and the wife thinks he may have scared off her friend. Next, we are shown their house. Vic paying off the babysitter, who is suddenly embarrassed by his drunk wife going topless. He convinces her to get dressed and she goes into the other room. Vic apologizes to the nanny. In the bedroom, Vic is grooming his wife and smearing cream on her. He says that her intelligence attracts him and he doesn't understand why she chose the feeble-minded Joel. She says that when she is around him, she likes herself and is attracted to him. In the morning, he takes his daughter to school and as he walks to the car, an acquaintance chides him for confessing to the murder. Rumors spread around town and when he meets his friends they tell him that they don't approve of his wife's frivolity. At home, his wife gives him a scandal because of his inappropriate jokes. She insists on a joint dinner with Joel, where he will have to apologize for his indecent behavior. The guy comes to their dinner. He looks frightened and Vic does not miss the opportunity to make jokes about him. At the table, Joel says he's going to New Mexico for a new job. She says she's always wanted to go there and would love to come visit him. The guy eats grilled cheese because he's allergic to seafood. Melinda refuses to eat her husband's food and eats the boyfriend's sandwich. There is an argument between the couple and the mother sends her daughter to bed and says that Daddy will read a book for the night. Vic comes out of the daughter's room and watches the spouse having fun with the guy. Melinda walks into her husband's kitchen and asks him to take alcohol to her friend. Vic walks into the room and the boyfriend hesitantly asks Vic to apologize for his words at the party. He says he won't apologize and asks him to leave. Next, we are shown the couple at a local party discussing Vic's activities with acquaintances. Melinda says judgmentally that he has created a chip for a military drone. This sparks a discussion about the morality of such an invention. Melinda dances with her daughter, and Vic decides to ask a strange beauty to dance, which surprises all the acquaintances. Everyone is watching them. Melinda's friends focus on it. In the car, left alone, Melinda shows her jealousy and resentment by hurting her husband. No, well, she's really weird. She's out there with young guys and her husband can't even dance. Back to the story. The next day they are going to the sports field to support their daughter at a soccer game. Vic gets a call from the bank informing him that his wife has transferred a large sum of money for piano lessons to Charles' name. The man tracks down the pianist and comes to the restaurant where he works. There he sees his wife approach his new friend and flirt with him. Vic comes home and sees a wedding ring left in the bathroom. The TV reports that Martin's body has been found. He goes into the hallway and sees his drunken wife. He tells her that Martin's body has been found. In the morning, they pick up a puppy from the shelter for their daughter. On the way home, he notices her friend with a bouquet of flowers. After home, he sees this bouquet in a vase on the table. Melinda takes the drink and leaves, and Vic throws the flowers away. He meets his friends at a restaurant where his wife's new friend is performing. He stops him and tells him he's talented. The next shot, we are shown Melinda having fun with her music teacher in the car. Vic wakes up in the morning and notices his wife is gone. After waiting for her to show up, he tells her she's being frivolous and orders her to stop. She begins to tease him with details of intimacy with another man and rebukes him for his emotional scarcity. We are shown another pool party and Charles shows up there. Melinda introduces him to everyone as her teacher and asks him to play. In the crowd of guests, she finds her husband and snuggles up to him. She personally introduces her husband to her new friend and an awkward conversation ensues between them. In the evening, Vic finds his wife in the house and notices her and Charles leaving the room. She does not hide her affection for her new friend from her husband and continues to have fun with him. The fun is interrupted by a downpour. Everyone flees into the house and Vic is left alone in the pool with his wife's lover. Writer Tom goes out at this time to the balcony overlooking the pool. A little later, Vic returns to the house alone. Melinda, noticing her friend's absence, starts looking for him. Once outside, she starts crying and calling for help. The men pull the drowned boy out and try to resuscitate him. Melinda yells at her husband and a rescue team arrives and carries his body away. The detective interrogates everyone present. During the interrogation, the wife accuses her husband of murder. The policeman and the detective invite him to talk to her. Vic wishes to speak to the policeman alone. As a result of the conversation, he is not charged and is released. At home, he approaches his wife and asks her if she will file for divorce, because she believes that he killed her lover. The wife is not going to file for divorce, because she believes that he killed for her. Vic rides his bicycle and notices a car following him. In the morning, he takes his daughter to school and on the way back, he meets a friend and apologizes for her husband who suspects him and who tells the whole town that Vic is a murderer. He calms her down and invites them to dinner. Dawn is one-on-one with Vic and accuses him and offers to take a lie detector. One day, Vic notices a car outside the restaurant that's been following him and catches his wife having lunch with a detective posing as a psychologist. Vic disrupts the friend's lunch and accuses Dawn of secretly following him. As proof, he shows a bank statement with a wire transfer. A husband sees his wife meeting with her ex-boyfriend. In the evening, after putting his daughter to bed, he overhears his wife's phone conversation in which she talks about his wife's move to Brazil and, at the end, confesses her love for the interlocutor. Tony comes to Vic's house for introductions. In the kitchen, he talks about green building and talks about its promotion even in Brazil. The relationship between his wife and her ex causes another attack of jealousy in Vic. He takes Tony to the woods on the pretext of looking at a building site and massacres him by stoning him. He then pushes him down a hill into a creek. A few days later, Vic returns to the creek to retrieve Melinda's scarf from the picnic and stops by the creek to hide Tony's corpse. Dawn catches him red-handed and rushes to the car to turn him in, with Vic in pursuit. Eventually, during the chase, Dawn fails to control his car and flies off a cliff. Meanwhile, Melinda finds Tony's wallet in one of the snail tanks. She realizes that Vic is involved in all of this. She starts packing to leave with her daughter, but the daughter won't leave and drowns their suitcase. On reflection, she decides to stay with her husband and gets rid of Tony's wallet. When Vic comes home, she tells him that she saw Tony and thus hints to him that she knows everything. And that's it. If you liked the video, then put a like. Subscribe to the channel because it helps to promote the video. With you as Recap Roman, and bye bye.